Hey guys, it's Matthew with Midland Pictures. We're in the production studio today doing a little bit of continued upgrades. Nothing major today since we got all this drywall put in. There's still obviously a lot left to do. As you saw in the previous video, we did some rearranging here of the shelves and the personal storage stuff. What I want to do today is I want to put up a curtain that goes between the film storage stuff and the personal family storage stuff. Just a basic gray curtain. I got these from one of probably the last remaining Kmart stores in existence. These were buy one get one half off. They're like a gray blackout panel. I actually have them in the main part of the studio for the windows. And I really like that look, so we'll see how that turns out once we get them installed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang some, I got some conduit. This is like, that I'm gonna have to screw together and then cut custom length to go from the one side of the basement to the other. I have to cut 2x4s and put them up in the rafter and then drill a hole for a hook so that the hook line is as close to the top of the rafters as possible. I don't want there to be a gap between the rafter and the top of the curtain. I want it to be really close so the curtains can go all the way to the ground. So I've got to cut about 5 pieces of 2x4, so I got to cut and measure all that stuff, or measure and cut all that stuff. Then I got to install the screws. Then I got to put the 2x4 with the hook into the rafter as the furnace kicks on. Which should actually be quieter. In the video you guys saw with Cody where I interviewed him, this wall didn't exist. So the furnace, I'm actually going to shut the door here. So I'm going to be back and forth in the garage. I've got my chop saw. I'm going to be cutting that 2x4 stuff, getting that installed, screwing it into the rafters, and then hanging the curtains. I'm going to have to pull the shelves away and kind of do some reorganization, so that'll just take a second to get all that situated. But I think we're set up, ready to go, and that's going to be today's little project. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Alright, so we've got some 2x4s cut. These are what we're going to put up in between the ceiling joists or floor joists, so we can put our hook through the middle and hang our curtains from it. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So I'm just tacking the 2x4 in with some 2-inch 18 gauge brad nails. I just want to hold it in place before I kind of toenail in a few screws to really secure it so it can hold the weight of the curtain. Alright, so we got the first one in. I'm going to go ahead and cut while we get the rest of them installed. I'm going to do the hooks, and then when I'm ready to get the actual curtain rod up, I'll go ahead and start rolling on that again. So just a minute. So these are the hooks I got for the conduit, so we can hang these up and hang our conduit rod and then put the curtains through that to block off that area. Just basic Home Depot hook things. These should work just fine. I tested the conduit in the store to make sure that they fit in this space. So I think we're good. We'll go ahead and install these next. All right, so we got all 3 hooks in. I actually went down from 5 to 3. I think 5 when I actually looked up there was a little bit of overkill. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the conduit now, try to situate it back there, pardon my clumsiness, and see if we can hang it up for just a distance check, a measurement check, and then I'll string the curtains on there and get it ready to go. So let's hope we don't break anything. So that's pretty much spot on. There's a piece of conduit here going toward the electric box, fuse box, and the new piece of conduit I put up butts up right against that. So I'll be able to get the curtain through. It's just I just want that as high as possible so there's no sort of gap, or as little gap as possible between the rafters and the top of the curtain. So I think I can actually start stringing up the curtains and seeing how this looks. So let's give it a shot. You know what? I think I'm gonna run these in the dryer for a minute so they de-wrinkle. They look pretty wrinkly. Let's run them in the dryer, get them nice and smoothed out so they're not all wrinkly and terrible looking in the background, and then we'll string them up. Okay, well, we ran into a little bit of a snag with getting this done today. The curtains that I bought at Kmart. There was a great deal, buy one, get one, half off. Actually, like I said, I have the curtains out there and I really like them. They absorb light, they're blackout curtains, they just look good. I accidentally bought 3 63-inch curtains and one 84-inch, and I needed all 84-inch curtains. So I went to Kmart and returned 3 of them, but they were out of stock on the 84-inch. So they ordered me 3 more and are shipping them to the house, but they won't get here until the 26th roughly. So this finishing this curtain upgrade, it's gonna have to wait a few days into next week. So I'll pop back on when I'm finishing the install, and you know, we'll take a look at the finished product. I might spend some time in here today just organizing and cleaning up and all that, but I really wanted to get the curtain thing taken care of today, but wasn't meant to be, so we'll just have to take care of it next week. I'll be back to finish it up. All right, so we have the curtain installed. We kind of skipped a few steps, I apologize for that, but I got the curtains the other day from Kmart and I went ahead and strung them up. We threw them in the dryer to de-wrinkle them. They're still a little wrinkly, so we need to maybe get a steamer or throw an iron on there before we actually start rolling on the more formal sit-down videos that we do. But I wanted you guys to see what the finished product looked like. I'm purposely keeping this a little bit zoomed in because we have made some improvements to the rest of the studio that I don't want you guys to see yet, because I have videos coming out that are going to show you what we did. We're excited to roll on our first video so that we can check out the finished background. I actually think I'm going to put another shelf right here that matches this one from the Home Depot. And that'll give us a little bit more gear storage and kind of give us a balanced, symmetrical look to the backdrop here with 2 shelves and then a space in between so that we can get back to our personal storage when needed. I think it turned out really great. I'm really excited. Hit that like button, comment, ask us questions, give us suggestions. We just really appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out our progress. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll see a little bit more. Thanks for watching.